Morning, Mr. Speaker. Following, you like that? Following the formal announcement last week by the Minister of Education that the Tatem Middle School would not reopen, responsibility now falls to the Ministry of Public Works to decide on future uses for the school. The school has been closed a few times over a number of years due to concerns regarding health and safety, mold, and air quality. Mr. Speaker, contrary to the assertions being made in some quarters that the building is mold infested and should be demolished, the facts simply don't bear that out. Let me quote an excerpt from the Environmental and Air Quality Assessment Report of February 19, 2019, and I quote, "It is our opinion that everything that we observed is directly related to an inadequate general and routine maintenance at the facility. The issues that we noted today are the same issues which we noted back in 2013 and are the same issues that closed the school in 2017. 1. Water leaks associated with poorly maintained roofs, wall cracks, air conditioning, and plumbing. 2. Windows and window screens which are either inoperable or have limited operation. 3. Inoperable mechanical systems. 4. Inappropriate storage. 5. Accumulation of waste. 6. Inadequate housekeeping. It is our opinion that if these items are adequately addressed and maintained on an ongoing basis, the issue of mold and poor indoor air quality would not return." End quote. Mr. Speaker, as I reported last year, the buildings could not simply remain shuttered for an entire school year. Everyone knows what happens when any building in our subtropical climate is closed. It's the perfect environment for mold and mildew to flourish, i.e. Bermuda's national flower. Mr. Speaker, in August last year, I conducted a tour of the facility to ascertain what steps should be taken to ensure the integrity, security, and ongoing cleanliness of the buildings. We discussed the temporary repurposing of some of the buildings so that there remained a physical presence on site to discourage vandalism, damage, or even unauthorized occupancy of the building, all of which have occurred over this period. Mr. Speaker, several of the classrooms, particularly those in the Family Services block, a single-story structure at the eastern end of the property, was suitable for various community activities that could provide that physical presence we sought. Included in that area is a weight training room, carpentry and wood workshops, family studies, and counseling rooms, along with toilet facilities. All of these areas tested clean of any mold or air quality issues. Mr. Speaker, Pembroke Hamilton Club, or PHC, and let me declare my interest as a member of PHC, have had a long-standing lease arrangement with the Ministry of Public Works for the use of the playing field for both training and their multitude of community football programs. So it was a natural fit to approach them first to see if there could be some temporary expanded use of the school facilities that could assist with their programs. Needless to say, they were very receptive of the offer, and we have provided use of classroom space for their after-school programs and toilet facilities. Mr. Speaker, at present there are 6 entities currently occupying space at the facility, with discussions fairly well advanced with a 7th group. Mr. Speaker, Bermuda's most outstanding professional boxer, Mr. Nicky Bascom, runs a boxing gym that also caters to young folk interested in the sport. Mr. Steve Parks will run an after-school carpentry program for students. Ms. Gina Thomas is running Hidden Treasures Thrift Boutique, with part proceeds going to the Foster Parent Association. Mrs. Lucinda Wall-Stowe runs Positive Energy Community Kitchen, and Mr. Servio Cox is running a fitness gym in the gymnasium that is geared more to the casual fitness buff rather than the hardcore gym rat. Mr. Speaker, I repeat that all of these activities are under license to July 31st, 2020. Now that a final decision has been made, we will enter into discussions with them about their future. It will come as no surprise to you, Mr. Speaker, that following the announcement last week, there have been a myriad of calls and emails seeking to use space at the facility. However, before the ministry can entertain any of these proposals, there needs to first be a full assessment of the facility and the challenges that the building faced in the first place. Mr. Speaker, let me touch on just one other aspect of the challenges we have faced over the intervening months, and that is the use of the site as a dumping ground for all manner of household waste. Signs will be up shortly, and CCTV coverage will be expanded to identify the culprits, who will be prosecuted by me to the fullest extent of the law. Mr. Speaker, it is incomprehensible to me that someone would load their vehicle with garbage, drive to Tatem to dispose of it, rather than traveling a few more miles down the road to Tynes Bay and do their small part to keep our island clean. Mr. Speaker, we will move as fast as we can to get the building ready for future uses, while taking into consideration suggestions made by members of the public and colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.